Shoe, can you stop with this? Why? Shoe, stop. Immigration elevates wages. I'm open to changing my mind. Fine, here. Hold on. 1 second. Research documents. I feel like this is just a sort of default nativism, a lot of people. I had a problem with Bernie Sanders on this one, too. Where is it? LGBT issues, institutional racism, Holocaust denial. Where is it? Been a while since I pulled this thing up. Immigration is good. Let's go. Good in general. Diversity doesn't hurt social cohesion. Holocaust denial. Where is it? Immigration doesn't hurt wages. Thank you. National Bureau of Economic Research found, actually, immigration is based. The only demographic that suffers on average wage losses from immigration are high school dropouts. However, the amount of wage increase from other demographics in society vastly outweigh them. And additionally, given that high school dropouts are a relatively small proportion, aren't they less likely to unionize, high school dropouts? Yeah, they are. But, like, you can just support redistributive programs to try to compensate for the relative loss of wages, right? It's just like everyone can be enriched by immigration. That's why countries care so much about population growth, you know? We have, yeah, hold on. Skip past the math a little bit here. It's been a while since I was an educated individual myself. The main message of this paper is that only within a model that specifies the interaction between workers' different skill and favor can we derive marginal productivity, labor demands, and analyze the effect of immigration on the wage of different type of workers. The existing literature on immigration has paid much attention to the estimates of the partial estimate of immigrants on wages of U.S.-born workers with certain skills. The estimates are partial, and they assume constant... We find robust evidence that U.S. and foreign-born workers are not perfect substitutes within an education experience gender group. This fact and the yearly adjustment of capital immigration imply that average wages of natives benefit from immigration even in the short term. The average gains are, in the short and long run, distributed as a small wage loss to the group of high school dropouts and wage gains to all other groups of U.S. natives. The group suffering the biggest loss in wages is a contingent of previous immigrants who compete with new immigrants for similar jobs and occupations. So basically, this is how this works, okay? Let me pull up Paint, and I'm going to my face cam so that in case I drew porn on here lately. No, I didn't. Okay, great. So here's how this works, okay? So basically, when the foreign hordes come in, the Mongolian hordes of Hispanic people or whatever, you know, some people think, oh God, they're going to take my jobs. However, in reality, this is not the case because workers tend to take jobs that are in people of similar experience, language, and gender categories. And most immigrants who come into this country, even unskilled immigrants, they do not meaningfully substitute the labor contributions of your average American worker, who I'm going to draw here. Okay? Hold on. I'm going to draw... Okay, here we go. We got the... There we go. This is the average American worker, and he's protected by a force field. And that force field is called having a different labor contribution to the U.S. economy, okay? So instead, the labor contributions of new immigrants slide off the shield, and instead they affect another group of people. Okay? They affect, and this is the group that is most negatively affected by new immigration, okay? And it's existing immigration. So I'm going to draw, what's the Hispanic Chad? Is it like Pedro? What's the name of the Hispanic Chad? Juan? Juan, here we go. I'm going to draw Juan, okay? There we go. There we go. Nice. There we go. So instead, the replacement effect of labor, of new immigration, tends to affect Juan the most instead of Chad. Now, I do feel bad for existing immigrants in America who are affected adversely by the arrival of new immigrants, but I feel like what a lot of people do is they suggest that new immigrants will depress the wages of Chad. This is overwhelmingly not the case. It overall raises the total amount of labor and productivity in the country, which means that more tax dollars are intaken by the federal government, which means there's more money to distribute among the entire population, including Chad, Chad's children, and Chad's children's children. Now, existing immigrants do sometimes get negatively affected by more immigration, which is why, by the way, have you noticed that a lot of Mexican immigrants in America are really anti-illegal immigration? You'd think they wouldn't be because they'd be more sympathetic to what those guys are coming from, but actually, it's because they know they'd be competing for the same jobs. Now, you can talk about that if you want to, just don't pretend that, like Native American workers are going to be depressed, like the regular American work base. It's mostly first-generation immigrants, and even that problem can be superseded with appropriate wealth redistribution. Okay, does everyone... Do we get it now? Okay, yeah, alright, just... Please use the study in the document I sent you instead. This study lacks some variables that show even high school dropouts have a neutral to possibly positive impact on their wages from immigration. Yeah, I haven't fully taken a look at the one that you linked me, because the one you linked me is huge! The pages are still loading! 50, 59, 63... You know I stream, right? Oh my god. It's true, though. Just immigration is a good thing. There's a reason why our global elite want it so much. No, this is good. I've taken a look through some of this. It's very, very good. Well, Shu, you do want to restrict immigration. It's just a lot of immigration restriction requests come either from a sort of naive economic nativism, or they come from latent, like, ethno-nationalism. Now, I don't think you're an ethno-nationalist at all, but I think you are under the impression that immigration in some way contributes to the economic worsening of circumstances for the proletarian masses and, you know, that kind of thing. So, oh god, it's so much. Hey, Mr. Kazuma! Did you style this document specifically off mine? Your formatting is identical to the one in my document. I can tell because it's good. You bold the points. You bold the good bits. You have the pointed. You have the names. You do, don't you? Yeah? No, I used the source library. This is my formatting. This is my... Whatever. It's various... Vaush invented bold words. Yes! Yes, I did! The source library uses the same format as well. Whatever. Fuck you. Italy? Alright. Very conclusive on the subject. That hurt my throat. Ow. Ugh. Can you put this link again in chat? According to the 2007 data, the crime rate of legal immigrants was 1.2 to 1.4%, whereas the crime rate was 0.8% for native Italians. The overrepresentation is largely number of young legal immigrants. The crime rate is for... Yeah, this is one of the reasons why the crime rate is proportionally higher for, like, illegal Mexican immigrants. It's not because their illegal immigrant status makes them more likely to commit crimes. It's because they're younger. Young people commit, like, all crimes. Because they're all, like, horny and shit, you know? Like, fucking 20-year-olds are running around the place, fucking smashing windows and shit. So, if a group of immigrants are more likely to be young, then... No problem, Show. This is about Italy. Why do I care about Italy? Go to the U.S. Thank you. There was no empirical evidence that either legal or illegal immigration increases crime rate in the U.S. Most studies found in the U.S. have lower crime rate among immigrants than non-immigrants, and that higher concentrations of immigrants are associated with lower crime rates. True. Though, over time, immigrant communities are more likely to commit crime, like third, fourth, fifth generation, because they regress to the mean. Yeah, we corrupt them. Strongly disagree with Vaush here. Old white farts, CEOs, and senators commit a shit ton of crime. My dude, there are only 100 senators in the U.S. They do commit crimes, but like proportion to the like whole population, we're talking about a very small. There aren't that many CEOs and senators. Like it's very, very small